Hi, my name is Vui Nguyen, and I'm here to talk about surviving code demo fails. I'll start by sharing my background, and I'll present two different situations where a code demo went sideways. One where I had more time to fully prepare for the demo. Another occurred was a time when I did not. It was a hackathon situation. And I'll share with you my takeaways from those two very different experiences. So who am I? I'm a longtime software engineer. I'm currently doing iOS development professionally. I do embedded programming / IoT as a hobby. I am an Intel software innovator, also known as a developer evangelist for Intel. And I'm an angler of all things fish and shellfish. So one of my IoT demo fails occurred when I gave a demo on a system I built that controlled 3 LEDs attached to an Intel Edison board. And I would turn on and off these LEDs using a mobile app and a website that I built. The UIs of the mobile app and website were fairly simple. I built this not to show off the UIs of my applications, but to demonstrate how to build an application that can control a microcontroller board. The LEDs in this case were blue, green, and red. I was giving this presentation at a local meetup, and for the life of me, could not connect the board to the Wi-Fi, which is necessary for the communication between the apps and the board to happen. I must have spent half an hour before the meetup began trying to connect to the Wi-Fi with no luck. Fortunately, I had the presence of mind when I was preparing my presentation at home to record a video of my demo just in case. So here's a short video that I ended up showing at the meetup as part of my presentation. Hi, my name is Vui Nguyen, and I'm here to demonstrate to you the IoT system that I built. It is we have here both a web client and a mobile client that I'm going to show you that will be used to control the Intel Edison board. So I'm going to demonstrate how I'm going to turn on and off these LED lights via the web and mobile client. So first I'm going to connect to the web server on the board. Now we're connected, and let's start by toggling each LED in turn. And you can see that it changes the interface both on the mobile app and also the web client and also the LED. And then we toggle the red LED and then the blue LED. And then we can also turn it off via the web client. And it shows the same results on the mobile app. And that's my system. Now, I know that the production value of my video isn't super great, but it got the job done. So the takeaway lesson here is, if you do a live demo for your presentation, and if you have the prep time, do record a video just in case things don't go the way you expect. So the next demo fail that would eventually occur happened while I was working on a system that my team and I called Save the Water Pipes. Save the Water Pipes is an automated faucet dripper to prevent water pipes from freezing and breaking in cold climates, such as in Colorado. It does this by sensing when the water in the pipe is getting too cold, starts dripping the faucet until the temperature in the water pipe rises, and then automatically shuts the faucet off. Our first real prototype was a single unit system designed to simulate a single family home. We entered this prototype to the China-US Youngmaker competition in 2016, a contest sponsored by Intel. And guess what? Intel selected our team as one of 10 US teams to fly to Beijing, China and enter our Save the Water Pipes project in the final rounds of competition. So far, so good. No demo wardrobe malfunctions yet. By the way, Intel did take us on a tour of the Great Wall of China while we were there. That's an actual picture we took from our trip not a stock photo. The plane on the left, though, is a stock photo. One of the requirements of the contest was that we had to show improvement in our project from the time we submitted our project online to when we demoed the project again during the semifinal and final rounds of competition in Beijing. In order to do that, we had to work on our project during the 24-hour hackathon in Beijing before the judging rounds began. So we went big. Our original prototype was for a single unit, like a single-family home, as I mentioned before. We expanded this prototype to a multi-unit system, like an apartment building with many units. Now, we couldn't bring our entire system fully built in our suitcases to China, so we had to bring the parts unassembled. Now, imagine trying to get wires and pipes in your luggage through airport security. It was interesting. But as you can see, we got our multi-unit system fully developed and working down to the wire, pun intended, by the end of the 24-hour hackathon. The day after the 24-hour hackathon was Judgment Day, consisting of 2 rounds of competition. During the semifinal round of competition, the judging was done science fair style. Each project had their own table, and groups of judges went to each table. This was great, as we had plenty of time to set up our system and do any practice runs at our own pace before the judges came. At the end of the semifinal round, it was announced that we made it to the final round of competition. This should be great news, but competing in the final round meant that we had to move our system to a different room. Now remember, all the additional pieces that we added to the system to convert it from a single unit to a multi-unit system. Well, we had a choice for how to present our demo in the final round. We could either show the video and slides of the single unit system, which we submitted online for the contest, but that wouldn't demonstrate the full extent of the improvements we made. Or we could take a risk by moving the entire multi-unit system with all the extra pieces we added and possibly something not getting attached correctly, etc., to another room to perform a live demo in the final round. Keeping in mind that we had no time to create a new video before because we had worked down to the last minute during the 24-hour hackathon. But if we could demo the entire multi-unit system live, the payoff would be huge. So we decided to do the live demo of the full system. Oh, but there's more. We found out, at the last moment of course, that not only did we have to move the whole system to another room, but we first had to move it to a staging area and then move it to the final judging room. And of course, once we moved everything to the final judging room, we had just minutes to set up and 0 time to do any run-throughs of our demo before the presentation. So of course, we forgot one little detail. We forgot to turn the thing on. We forgot to turn on the power strip to power the solenoids that open and close the water faucets in response to changes to the water temperature in the pipes. So here we are talking about how our system works, just like we did in the semifinal round, while letting our system go on auto mode in the background. Except that the water faucets never turned on and off because the valves were not powered on. So the judges didn't get to actually see the automated faucet dripping in action. It was devastating. But we still placed 11th out of 64 teams, and that was both the US and Chinese teams combined in the final round of competition. We went to see the Great Wall of China. We participated in an international IoT contest, all expenses paid by Intel. So why get caught up on a minor failure in the final round of competition, given all that we've accomplished during the competition and the hard work we put into the project in the months leading up to it? Reflect on your experience and appreciate what you learned and got out of it. Give yourself credit for taking a risk and doing something challenging or different instead of beating yourself up for not being perfect. And as I've mentioned, there's going to be times when things get hectic and you just have to push on, like at a hackathon. But I wouldn't recommend burning the candle at both ends on a regular basis if you can help it, because mistakes and therefore failures are more likely to happen when you're rushed or when you're tired. I can't tell you how many times in my career I'd get tired after working on the same problem all day at work to the point that I couldn't focus anymore. That's when I would call it a day, get a good night's rest, and sometimes a solution would come to me in the morning. So take care of yourself, and if you still make a mistake, even under the best of circumstances, it's okay. Learn from it and move on. So, some takeaways. For demos and presentations, practice, practice, practice. If you have time to prepare for a live demo, create a video for a backup. If you don't have time to create a video and a live demo goes sideways, be kind to yourself. Always reflect on your experience, what you learned, and what you got out of it. And take time for self-care to reduce mistakes and failures and for your health. Any questions? Thanks for listening. My name is Vui Nguyen. Have a good night.